Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the Divine Masculine download that I channeled the other day. I haven't had a chance to jump on and get this out there sooner, and so I was swimming in a sea of Divine Masculine energies a couple of days ago, and I was shown the Emperor with the Moon card and the Justice, and so I feel right now the Divine Masculine Collective is at the intersection of exploring their inner authority, their external authority, and how to create fairness and balance in their lives. And so you can apply this to your own life. If you find you're more in your masculine energy, then you might find that this is a message for you, because I do find for myself, I integrated my masculine energy and then I leaned into the feminine once I felt secure in my own inner masculine. And so take it how it resonates, okay? And so I feel for a lot of the Divine Masculine Collective right now, they're in like a time of turbulence. I was shown like an airplane going through turbulence. Sorry, I had a message come through. And so I feel there's a lot of imbalances surrounding the Divine Masculine Collective. They're like in this power struggle dynamic. There's a lack of harmony with the Justice card. And this is, I feel, due to some domineering or rigid thought patterns or thinking patterns. And so there's like this abusive power, I feel, surrounding the Masculine Collective, whether it's them that's abused their power or somebody they're connected with that has abused their power, but there's this abusive power. And when there's abusive power, this always leads us down a pathway of like chaos. And so I feel there's like instability with their career right now and their finances as well, because a lot of the masculines have this lack of leadership in and around them. And this is due to their inability to make a firm decision, to take action, right? And so there's a lot of disorganized, scattered emotions, thoughts, and feelings and energies, I feel, in and around the masculine collective at this time. And so it's like this energy of them trying to clean up after a frat house party. And so after like a wild party. And so I feel like right now there's a conflict going on internally, because the masculines do realize this is going to take a lot of effort. And there's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of confusion. I think a lot of them might be dealing with or settling up some legal issues when it comes to an ending or settlement or divorce. And I just feel nothing is going the Divine Masculine's way. And so it's like navigating a maze kind of with a blindfold on is how Spirit showed me where the Masculine Collective is at. And so it kind of felt all doom and gloom, but it was bringing forward like a very prominent wake-up call. And so it was like, warning, warning, warning. And so it's kind of time for the Divine Masculine to put on his big boy pants or his big girl pants, because it's really not gender specific, and to take back control. That was a huge message, because we can't restore balance if we don't have control of our external reality, right? And so there's a need to overcome fears. There's a need to take action, to make changes. And I feel a lot of the masculines have just let the ego get in the way. And there is a need for equality right now. So I was kind of shown this energy of like the Divine Masculine has kind of fallen off the throne, fallen off the high horse, and he's lost his crown. So I feel a lot of the masculines are feeling insecure, powerless, hopeless, and this is where they're finding the struggle when it comes to asserting themselves, to taking the appropriate action. And in bold letters, I channeled, the truth will be revealed. And whether we see it or not, Divine Feminine, there is blind justice playing out behind the scenes. And so that's interesting. My stepdad just installed a brand new light right above the tripod. And I swear it just flashed. And I got my ring light right here. I totally am all set up with all of this new lighting. And it's interesting because right here in my little notes, I wrote, a spotlight is shining down on all of the things that the masculine has tried to keep hidden. So it's like, no more sweeping things under the rug, honey, is what I wrote. No more sweeping things under the rug. So I feel things are going to be set straight. Things are going to be set right coming up here. And all of the shady things that have been going on behind the scenes, behind your back, Divine Feminine, behind the Divine Masculine's back, it's all going to come crashing down, tumbling down. And so whatever's been hidden, I feel, is coming to light in these energies, and a lot of the masculines are going to have to face karmic consequences, and this is due to past life energy karma as well. So there's like this very unsettling energy. I do feel, it's like the masculine can no longer hide from this truth. He can't hide from the truth forever. And so it is this energy of time to face up. And the longer the masculine waits, the harder the fall is definitely going to be. So I'm curious to see what comes through with the cards for the masculine attached to this channeling. And I'm going to pull into the past life lesson deck. It's the father energy, right? So a lot of these masculines, if you look into the collective, are they really being those fatherly protectors and providers for their family? No, we have a crisis going on in the collective right now with these fathers who seem to think that raising children is just a one-person job and leaving it to the mothers. But I do feel the major lesson is authority and fairness. And so this is father energy, right? So the single energy came through. I also feel a lot of the masculines like to be in that Knight of Wands energy and enjoy casual relationships, have indiscretionate affairs behind the scenes. So a lot of the masculines, I feel, are likely single at this time and going through a very unconventional period. Maybe single and separated from an arranged marriage, which would be, you know, the false contract or a union based on greed, a union based on what everybody else wants for the masculine, or a status foundation built on just money or obligation, greed, right? And so material possessions. And so I do feel if the masculine is in a marriage of some sort, there is a casual affair of some sort going on behind the scenes. I do feel, because the masculine feels stuck in this status quo just out of obligation. And so that's a challenge this lifetime for a lot of the divine masculines when it comes to their clergy mission and their military mission, is I feel they're clinging to material possessions right now. They've allowed material possessions to have power over them. So a lot of these masculines too, that I've noticed through my own personal research, so just personal research from the readings that I've done throughout the years, a lot of the masculines have to transmute a dragon's head and tail energy, which would be the Taurus Scorpio lesson being integrated. And so I feel this is where, you know, the masculine is here to stand up, to fight for these rights, for humanity, to help the collective raise its vibration. A lot of us are here to dutifully serve our mission. And a lot of the masculines have been outcast, I feel, at this point in time, maybe from that arranged marriage, and they're feeling ostracized from that whole karmic situation. And I do feel this is where they are being shown the vows of their service mission with the feminine. And there's a lot of underlying anger, repressed anger that needs to boil to the surface. So I feel currently right now, the masculine needs to learn to control his anger. There's going to be a lot of negative reactions to this karmic situation. And this is where we learn as twin flames to lead with love, regardless of what is going on, right? And that is a part of our starseed mission. And so the masculine, I feel, is getting a wake-up call when it comes to children, whether they're his own children or your children, and you're here to blend a family, divine feminine. But I do feel this is part of the masculine's purpose, to clear this past life karma in this present life, to contribute to healing the future children, the future generations. And so I feel there's an awareness of galactic origins coming back online as the masculine goes through this very triggering karmic experience, this ending, in order to go towards a much higher purpose. So I feel light is being shone down on his humanitarian work that he came here to do. But a lot of these masculines have been lazy. They've not been keeping a healthy mind, a healthy body. They've not been living a life of purpose. And I feel they're looking at the feminine almost with an underlying energy of resentment, almost like they're feeling like they're being punished. Because I think they see the feminine doing well, but I think their perception is skewed. A lot of these masculines don't know the long hours the feminine puts in, the time, the energy she exerts into her business, into herself, for very little money. And so I do feel the masculine needs to shift that perception. A lot of these masculines blame the feminine. They feel like they were done wrong, they were done dirty, when in essence, it needs to be flipped, right? They consequentially, put down the feminine. And I feel a lot of the masculines are kind of feeling imprisoned right now by their own wrongdoing. And forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerful, liberating energy forgiveness. And so I do feel the crowning, the royalty. The masculine has lost his crown, is what it feels like. The crown that he wore, as the feminine kind of becomes the heir to the throne, so to speak. And so this is all about teaching, right? And the masculine stays stuck in this consciousness of lack, this poverty mindset due to the overindulgence. And so how can we write a new story, right? I do feel truth is coming to light. And I do feel, you know, we're here to release the struggle, release the lack, release the overindulgence. It's one thing to enjoy yourself, but moderation is key. So Sagittarius energy coming through. You know, and I feel we need to be grateful for what it is that we have. And so a lot of us go through life struggling, down on our luck. And a lot of us are born into poverty, or, you know, into a family that is rooted in a lacking mindset. And so we're here to rewrite that story, and we're here to release these feelings of inadequacy. And I feel that's where the masculines are at. They've acquired all of this shame from past lives, from these past experiences, this life, and they feel they need to own perfection, and nobody is perfect. And so a huge release of inadequacy. We're going to jump in with some tarot. We're going to see what else needs to come through for the divine masculine. But I feel there is a lack of leadership, and blocks are being removed when it comes to their unwise choice. So there is an underlying 3 of Swords here, connected to that higher heart block that I felt for like the last couple of weeks. So there's like a recognition of the unwise decisions that the masculines have made, right? A lot of them have lacked integrity. They've not wanted to look at this. They've been living life with rose-colored glasses on. I don't want to see this. I don't want to feel it. I'm going to keep pretending everything's good. I'm going to keep pretending life is great, when really life ain't great. I took a risk and now I'm like hurting bad, right? So I do feel there's a lack of protection around all of these secrets. So they can't keep being this people pleaser either. So I just feel it's time to make a choice. The masculines are at the pivot point of making a choice. So we're going to see what else comes through, guys. What else do we need to know for the divine masculine today? There's that justice. And so sweet, sweet karmic justice. The King of Cups with the Justice card. And so a lesson in trustworthiness, right? A lot of the masculines did not devote themselves to the mission at first. And that's usually how the journey goes. So I feel a lesson in devotion, a lesson in trustworthiness. I do feel a lot of the masculines are receiving some karma at this time. There is a karmic balancing going on because the masculines know it's time to stand up for what it is that they believe in. I think they can't keep, you know, teetering on overanalyzing all sides of a situation. And so they will only win. They will only come out a winner and only come out on top when they come from a place of integrity. And so I do feel there is a situation here in the balance, and they have been hiding their well-intentioned emotions towards you. Yeah. So there is like this energy of wish fulfillment around the corner, but the masculine is going to have to release the karmic feminine. And I do feel a lot of the masculines know this. A lot of the masculines are healers for the karmic feminine as well. And so I do feel a release. I do feel a lot of the karmics are grasping. But it's like the masculine can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. And what I love about this is right in between the scales of balance and justice, right? We've got the counterparts looking at each other face to face. And so I feel right now the masculines are recognizing the feminine's not really giving anything to the masculine. She's waiting to receive news. She's receiving psychic insights, and the masculine knows this. And so the masculine knows, if I want wishes to come true, right? If I want wishes to come true, I'm going to have to deal with what I need to deal with. I'm going to have to face some consequences, some karmic repercussions with the Queen of Wands reversed, who's probably angry, lashing out. She could be slandering the divine feminine. We've got a very angry karmic feminine here that is controlling, possessive, does not want to let go. Maybe believes the masculine is her wish fulfillment, and swap around the energies, swap around the genders. It doesn't really matter. Could be same-sex couple, right? But I do feel this month with all of the Aquarian alignments, there is going to be movement. But the masculine knows, I got to walk away from something to go towards wish fulfillment. And so I do feel that karmic situation is coming to a dead stop. There's going to be an emotional outburst, I feel. The masculine's going to have to find his determination and his willpower to move on. Because I do feel there's soul recognition going on here as well. And the masculine is seeking more than this karmic experience. He knows he's on a spiritual quest. He knows he's on a spiritual journey. You can kind of just feel like the shame, like, oh, I stayed here. I put everything in here. I stayed here far too long. And they're like, they're paint cans. They're not even cups is what it looks like. They look like paint cans. And so this is a choice. I do feel a choice to bring forward an offer, a choice to bring forward an opportunity to plant a seed. If you look, the soil's ripe. It's fresh, fertile ground for planting a new seed for the future. Loyal, dedicated effort. I think get ready for a waterfall of emotions. The masculine wants you to fall in love with him again. I think he wants to come in. He wants to sweep you off your feet. He says, I'm coming in protective. I know you're apprehensive. I know you are. Because I didn't take action properly before. I do feel it's time to get these unions going. The masculine knows there's a lack of balance in his life. I do feel he regrets that sudden love affair, and he wants to make your heart flutter again. And so the blocks are being removed. The crossroads, the decision's been made. And so that's why I say it could be same-sex couple. We see two men here, maybe two men going their own way, taking the next steps to separate. But I feel this is about releasing a partnership and moving forward, right? The decision's been made. The decision's been taken away. No longer investing in somebody that I don't share dreams with and going towards a golden opportunity. It's like follow the yellow brick road, right? So the masculine's kind of been lost in this labyrinth of Oz in the mind, facing all kinds of challenges, so much going on. And I feel there's going to be an argument. There's going to be something coming to a dead stop so the masculine can stop focusing on the negative. This is all about forgiveness of self for the masculine right now. So let's get a closing message for the masculine. We're going to do the spiritual journey oracle deck. I just feel the masculine's been watching you, maybe waiting for the perfect timing. He knows you share this knowledge that he needs to go towards his fulfillment, his calling. And so, yeah, I do feel the masculine is learning to let go of a negative mindset. He's releasing negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, limiting behaviors, and he's getting rid of somebody who's really held on and kept him stuck and stagnant in a state of defensiveness for a while, maybe even depleting his energy, and he's letting go. I think the feminine got that too, and the feminine got this too. So I think the lessons are mutual right now. Maybe the teacher's coming in a different format for each of the counterparts, but the lesson ultimately is the same. This is really beautiful. And so giving and receiving and letting go. The masculine is coming out of the dark night of the soul, I feel. A lot has been unveiled to him. I think he sees you. He sees you in your new light. He's learning to release control, and he's also learning the lesson of healthy exchange. I do feel that the masculine is going through a heart awakening, a massive purging and cleansing at this time, tapping into the telepathy, the transmitting of the emotions that you share. And he's going through a massive purging and cleansing of his physical reality so he can come towards you. So I feel just honoring a new spiritual vocation. And so the more you stay present, Divine Feminine, the easier it is for the masculine to surrender the ego. I feel the masculine's trying to remotely connect with you in dream space. I do feel he's trying to telepathically connect with you. I think he feels a disconnect. And I do think there's going to be an unexpected tower, a divinely orchestrated tower to bring the two of you together, a fated meeting. A fated meeting. Let's get a closing message. Recognition. I do feel twin flame recognition, and he's recognizing that he needs to release somebody very unhealthy to create that space to go towards you. And he is becoming aware of his own self-sabotaging patterns. And so there's a lot of external forces, I feel, pushing the masculine towards fulfillment, towards happiness with you. And so there is a destined fated event coming. And I think if you feel it, Divine Feminine, you're right. But don't worry, we're protected as the masculine releases a very unhealthy situation. And that's what I got. I really hope this helped, guys. I hope this resonated. Let me know what you think down in the comment section if you want to see more of these on the membership side. And I look forward to seeing you Thursday at noon for the live. So stay tuned. I'm not sure what the subject is going to be this week, but I'm sure my guides are going to come up with something and it's going to be fantastic. So we'll see you Thursday at noon, everybody. Thank you.